My name is Margaret Uhlmann-Bower, and I'm really excited to bring to you the plants that are in season, and we're going to go step by step over the next weeks. I want to first bring to your attention a list that you can find on Facebook on Delaware and Otsego County Community Action Group is this list here. I bring that to your attention because it's a really fabulous list of all the plants and trees and lichens and possible mushrooms in our area that is on a food group list that I made some years ago. Wild and medicinal plants, and they have a color section in the middle and great line pictures that detail plants excellently. And then they have a little bit about the qualities, the plant types, the proper names, and how it's been used traditionally in the past. Today we're going to look at some common plants that, thanks to Yamana, she started putting out lots of delicious looking foods a couple of weeks ago, and now we're going to get to see them growing. And Lacey is helping with bringing up close and personal. Okay. First we're going to talk about chickweed, Stellaria media. It's a cold weather loving plant. Notice the stem appears hairless, but as the season progresses, take a little tiny magnifying glass and look at that stem, and you'll be able to identify a line of hair going from one set of leaves to another set of leaves, just one line of hair. And then the plant will do that again, one line of hair in another direction from that other set of leaves to the other set of leaves. This is one identifying feature of Stellaria media, along with opposite branching leaves that don't quite look like heart shapes yet, but will progress to little, almost like heart-shaped drop-like leaves. Then you'll come to the top where you'll have the flowers emanating. Here's some buds, and we have a white little flower about 1/4 of an inch across, and it looks like it has 10 petals, 10 white petals, but they're very deeply cut. They're actually 5 petals. The entire plant, stem, leaves, buds, flowers, are edible now, raw or cooked. They're 2 different plants, but they look very similar. One is Veronica, and the other one is ground ivy, and they both have very similar branching and leaves. Here's ground ivy leaves, very lobed, and with a stem. And then you have Veronica leaves, also known as speedwell, by the way, who are also branching like ground ivy, but these leaves do not have any stem. They attach to the main branching without almost any stem at all. Both are blood cleansers. Both are edible. Both are out now and are starting to flower. Both have purple flowers. Here is the flower of ground ivy, very much looking like a mint family plant flower. And since we don't have a flower for Veronica, I'll show you the flower in the book. The exact color as ground ivy's flower, except it has this shape. Speedwell, ground ivy. Ground ivy's leaves, when harvested and crushed or broken apart and then smelled very, very aromatic, very much like oregano. When you do that same thing to speedwell's leaves, or Veronica, same plant, Veronica's leaf, and you smell that, there's no scent at all. Hardly any scent. It's more smelling like green, but ground ivy will have that oregano type of smell. What we like to do is we like to put the leaves into salads. I also like to dry the leaves and use them as spices over the winter. Tastes great on sauce and pizzas. And actually, speedwell, I just tend to adore speedwell and not do anything much else with speedwell. They often grow together. They're both usable as edibles as well as medicinals, and the medicinal qualities for both these plants are known as blood cleansers, also known as alteratives, and as a tea, that would be a cleansing to the system. Especially good at this time of the year for detoxification programs. They're out now. Both are low growing plants. Beautiful plants to have in your foods at this time of the year. Next week, we're going to be looking at what to do with and where to find yellow dock, colt's foot, and we're going to also look at ox-eye daisy. And we're going to check in on how and why we want to know about elecampane. I'm going to be trying to do this week to week. On Friday, have it out on Fridays, and maybe someday sooner or later we'll have maybe even daily. But right now, week to week will have to be. In the meantime, follow me on Facebook. Look me up on Instagram, see what we're posting, and also go to plantpioneers.org and see the other wonderful things that we're doing with plants and how they take care of us and they have our back in these unusual times. See you next week. Bye.